Revolt of the Muckers. A German-Brazilian woman named Jacobina Mentzmüller was born in a German immigrant town in Brazil called Novo Hamburgo. She was raised in a religious Baptist household. Her parents were German-born immigrants who fled from the political turmoil of Germany to make a new life for themselves in southern Brazil. When Jacobina grew up, she married another highly religious German immigrant man named Johann Georg Maurer. She would develop a medical condition where she would suddenly faint occasionally, and she would often sleepwalk during the night. In a highly rural, hyper-religious community, medical diagnoses were rare, and often the villagers would quickly jump to superstition. The villagers started to believe that Jacobina had divine powers. They soon were convinced that she was sort of a new messiah of God. She and Georg began a fanatical cult, which Jacobina was worshipped. The cult would often get in fights with the outsiders. This cult would then be referred to as the Muckers. The Brazilian authorities would become suspicious of this cult, and they eventually looked through Jacobina's home and found that she had been hoarding firearms for her doomsday cult. She was briefly arrested and put in jail. While there, she fainted due to her medical condition. She was taken to the hospital where the doctor tried to wake her up. She only woke up when her followers were brought to the hospital and sang to the unconscious Jacobina for 5 hours. When she awoke, she returned to her hometown. She became even more popular to the other villagers. Jacobina then commanded her followers to exterminate the rest of the non-believers in her town, which her cult called the Sputters. This then escalated into a revolt against the Brazilian authorities. There were some successful skirmishes against the authorities, but later on, as more violence ensued, a mucker named Carlos Luper had defected to the police and exposed the hiding place of the cult. The cultists were massacred by the authorities, and their bodies were thrown into a mass grave. Afterwards, there were still some violent muckers that survived and kept trying to kill people, but they were fewer and farther between by the end of the 1800s.